So if we want to create this pendant, what we need to do is open up our emboss. And what that does, this is emboss right here. And what that does, it presents me with a ground plane. So I want to choose my resolution. Just remember, the more points, the more, like, the higher this number is, the more mesh points and the denser and more labor intensive the mesh will be. Right, so let's go to 25. I want to grab this. Sorry. I want to grab this. This is a good size for us. Let's go ahead and hit the accept. So whenever I have accepted it, I get this ground plane. Now I can hide, refresh, stuff like that, but I need to get my picture, right, inside of this clay U emboss. So the way we do that is right here, I have place image, right? So I can hit that, come here, select my picture, and open it. Right, so now my picture is right here. Let's go to a top view. If I turn my ground plane on, I won't be able to see my image. So what for the next commands, I want to turn it off, right? So what I want to do now is get my outside curve, right? We can do this a couple ways. The easiest way I've found, honestly, is just to get a freeform curve right here and just start tracing. So I can go around here. Everywhere I want to make a curve, I just left click, right? Can follow this just around. Doesn't have to be perfect either. And then again, just start down here. So I would go around, you know, all around and do that. Lucky for you guys, you don't have to be bored with me doing that. I already have a curve that I'm going to import, kind of speed things up. You can see if I turn my picture off, I have an outline already. So let's turn our picture back on. All right, so if I refresh, you see I have my picture and my ground plane, right? Let me pick my desk up a bit so you can see. I have my picture and my ground plane. So the way emboss kind of works is you have certain operations that you put in order, right? So if I hit an operation, you can see I have a bar that pops up. And if I hit this, I have a bunch of different operations that I can choose. So what I want to do is run extrude first. So extrude is saying, hey, how high do you want to extrude it? And what curve do you want to extrude? So I want to select my operational curve and select the curve that I drew, right? And right click. So you can see I'm presented with this. Now this is going to be your thickness, right? So let's go about 0.8. And if I refresh, remember after every operation, you need to refresh. We can see it's extruded from that ground plane, right? So let's come here. I want to do absolute. Roma said, I love emboss. Yeah, I like it too. It's a pretty fantastic command inside of MatrixGold. So, all right. So from here, I could automatically do my carbon copy, but I want to do by profiles to kind of give it like a curved look, right? So what this will do, if I refresh, Let's do operational curve, and you can see I now have this. If I refresh, it kind of gives a pillow effect, right? This will kind of give you like a three-dimensional look. Let's refresh this. So that's kind of the outline of our image, right? So the next thing, and second to last operation I want to do is the carbon copy, right? So it automatically finds that image that we put in, right? And if I refresh, you can see it'll start to come to life, right? Now it's being pretty much carbon copied into that mesh that we have. So I can come to the picture right here. And so right now it's only being extruded by 0.2. So let's go to 0.5, hit accept, and refresh. So while it's going to pixelate a bit, right, because of the mesh quality, it's still pretty sharp, right? So from here, right, we have a few options. I can kick this out into sculpt, or I can actually add an operation and smooth the outside, right? So here I have all my operations. Let's reduce the size a bit. Let's do 0.5. Hit accept. And you guys can see whenever I just left click and hold down, it's kind of going to paint, right? So let's readjust and let's turn it on. And I just want to take that whole outside edge off. This will give your mesh a much better look. So let's adjust a bit to where we can see more. Turn it on. Go to the back, turn it on again. Almost done, guys, so just bear with me. I don't technically need to do this. I just think it makes it look so much better. So that's why I do it. Yep, looks good. This is great. I didn't know to use the absolute option before. Thank you, Bo. You are great. Well, thank you, Roma. I appreciate it. So yeah, from here, right, we're pretty much done. I mean, we can get in here and smooth all these, but they're really super small, and I don't think, you know, anybody would notice that. But so from here, right, our model's done. So we can hit accept. I'm sorry, I got to refresh first. And once I'm refreshed, I can hit accept. So what it's going to do is take exactly what I did and put it into a mesh, a selectable, editable mesh. Like this, right? So there's a few ways. You can see it's an open mesh at the bottom. There's a few ways that we can close it. The easiest way, right, is to go to a isometric view and get a line. And this ledge right here, I just want to go like right above it, like right here, and go all the way across. And now I have a line, right? If I go to perspective, you can see it kind of splits it. So from here, we can go to our solids and extrude planar curve. So this is essentially just taking that line and extruding it. The problem is it's going north and south, not east and west like I need it. So I want to select the direction. I want to select F4, which is my origin, and go out to the side and holding shift, which snaps. Go out to the side and left click. And now you can see it's going out. So I just want to extend it past my eagle and left click. So I now have a surface that we can color red and our object, which will be the green, right? Want to make sure there's no openings. Let's go up like 0.01. There we go. All right, so from here, right, we can do what's called a mesh Boolean. I can type mesh Boolean split. So Roma said, we own MatrixGold and email tech support. I thought I might ask you if you know the answer. How do I know my MatrixGold is up to date? I think there's an update in March 2021, but I didn't know how to update it. If you go into the launcher, Roma, you can I would always recommend opening from the launcher, not just double clicking the MatrixGold icon, because when you go through the launcher, it'll check for Rhino updates, it'll check for MatrixGold updates, system updates. So going through the launcher, if the launcher doesn't say update MatrixGold, you're good. If it does, then you update through the launcher. So the mesh Boolean did complete this time. So let's just delete this, and I will select the bottom and just delete that. So now I have what's left, right, which is the top, and it should be closed. So we're good. So from here, we have a couple options, right? I said kind of a pave flag would be cool. So just show you guys how I would do this. So from here, right, we have these little cuts in the stripes, right? If I go to perspective, you can see we have every other one is kind of lower, right? So let's do this. Let's go to top view, and I want to choose my yellow. I'm just going to kind of go in the middle of the recess. And just to show you guys what I would do after this, right? I have these down here. Just pick them up. And now we can do a gem on curve. So whenever I run my gem on curve, my Qlets always try to face my center, right? But I just want them to face down. So here we have orientation method, origin, y-axis, or down. Let's select down, pull them over here. Let's reduce this to about 1.2s. Then let's do the same for these. So I do something like this, and then I can come back, select, put prongs, enter, right click, put prongs, enter. And now you can see I would just complete all of these. One more cool thing that we can do, we're almost out of time. Actually, we're out of time, but one more cool thing that we can do is go back into Clay U and run sculpt, right? And what this does, this is essentially a ZBrush Lite, right? So it will allow me to, with a stylus, it'll allow me to add like clay objects to this. So if you can think about like extruding his knees, right? We can extrude his knees a bit. Something like this. From here, right, we can polish, which should be this one. And then I can actually turn my symmetry on. That way I polish it. Something like this, right? And then let's say, you know, you want to put some detail on the wings, right? So we can grab this brush, zoom in, and just kind of extend it.
My brush is a little too big, so let's reduce.
Just do the bottoms. And then I want to grab the pinch brush. Actually, I need to come back and do this one. All right, let's grab the pinch brush. And then whenever I come across, you can see it starts to pinch the highest level, right? That kind of gives our wings a three-dimensional shape. Now, definitely not the best at this organic modeling, so you'll have to probably play around with it quite a bit, right? But if we just do the top, it kind of gives it a three-dimensional look. Something similar to this. Also, we could grab this one, zoom in, and kind of give him some feathers. I think you guys get the picture. And there we go. There's our pendant. You know, last thing I would probably do is get a torus over here. Just put some, oh, cancel. Forgot, you have to accept this. You want to keep original object. We'll do no. Let's hide our green, and there's our new object. And you can see all the adjustments that we made are right here. Naturally, I would probably clean this up quite a bit, but for time's sake. So then I would put a torus right here probably. just mirror this across, or, you know, you can put one on the back like this to be a dangle. I think you guys know. So that will do it for us, guys. I appreciate you for joining. If you guys need anything, and you can reach out to us at info@gemvision.com. Other than that, my name is Bo, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Thanks for joining.